Good morning, everyone. This is Kristen from Custom Creations by Kristen, and I wanted to show you a start to finish, although I have done some prep, and I will show you what things we're going to need to do to start to get ready. So first, I take the electrical tape. You can get, I think, 2 for $1 at Dollar Tree, or you can go to Home Depot, and I think you can get 4 or 5 for a couple dollars. And scissors. You need something to mix and measure. So I typically will use my silicone that I got from Amazon cup and stirrer. I have to just wait a little bit longer to peel off the excess because it does come off and it is reusable, but it doesn't come off like immediately. Okay, I use the Illuminate Part A and B, the amazing clear cast Illuminate. So I would suggest that as soon as you get them, you label them A and B. Okay. Before I had the silicone measuring devices, I would also label my cups A and B, and you could reuse those. I used to just wipe them out with a cloth that I didn't wash them, but you just have to get all of the excess out. But until you mix A and B, they're not resin, okay? And there aren't very many that are actually FDA, I want to use the right words, compliant, okay? So you want to look for, I'm trying to get a good picture, complies with FDA, okay, for coatings intended for indirect and direct repeated food contact use when accurately measured, thoroughly mixed, and fully cured, okay? So there aren't many that you can use on things that are going to contain or you're going to consume food out of or food on. So if you were just going to do, like I did this geode on a piece of wood, I'm not quite done with it, it's going to be a stepping stone for the garden. It only has my kind of geode design on it. If I was just going to do that instead of, which I did one day, is just do those types of things, then you could use something other than like an amazing clear cast from Illuminate. Not selling it, I'm just letting you know what I use and what I find is a really good product. So A is always thicker than B, and I would pour my A in, and it is measured by volume in milliliters typically on your measuring devices, not weight. And then there's the B. You mix them together until they're clear. This is just an example of how clear it can get and should get, okay? And then what I did, because I was going to mix it in paint, or mix paint in, I should say, I put it in a disposable cup for this project. Okay, so this is my already mixed. Have to be really careful not to spill it, but this is my already mixed. Now I did put a tiny bit of shimmer into it. Okay, and I did that with some glitter. So this is the craft paint I used. It's from, this isn't Michael's brand, I don't think. It's either Michael's or AC Moore. Okay, and then this I did find at Michael's, extra fine glitter. It's white. I'm trying to find a white that doesn't have the iridescence in it. I'm trying to show you the iridescence. It's not as, but there are whites that have no iridescence, because likely I will be making baseball tumblers out of these. So the reason I mixed white in today, okay, is because I'm just being really careful that I don't put this, even though there's nothing on the outside of it now, I don't put that on anything that could spill. Give me 1 second while I adjust my cups to give myself a little bit more of a mat. Now I kind of created my own, my husband created the cup holder and turner, but I created out of a box, kind of my glitter containment area is what it started as. It's also become my epoxy containment area. If you can see, that's hard epoxy, and that would have been on whatever I had, but it also helps in cleanup as far as there's no you know, mess around. So if you're doing something like this, you may want to consider something. I made this movable because I have different size cups. So, you know, this is a 20-ounce Ozark. This is I don't recall the brand. I ordered them online. This is like a small wine tumbler or, you know, drink tumbler. This is a bigger one. I'm trying to line them up. Let's see, so I can line them up on camera for you so you can see the difference, okay? So this is a little bit smaller one on the left there, okay? And I have some cups, they're, you know, all in different stages of being done. So this is a ombre that I'm working on, but it's really more of a two-tone. And this is my Goodnight Goodnight Dragonfly cup. I put gold on it first, and then I did a little bit of silver, and I don't know if it's really showing through how beautiful this cup is, but it's pretty. I'm really liking it. So those are they're fully cured, but I like to wait at least 24 hours before I put another layer on. So on to getting to our cup layer. I'm going to attempt to adjust my camera so you can see.